All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would love to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of God, or Jehovah, or Yeshua, or Yahweh. All these false names that people call upon. And Yahweh Shai is the name of Jesus Christ, what the world called Jesus Christ. And this will be a video on redeeming the times, right? Redeeming the times because the days are evil. The days and the times that we're living in on the earth are very evil days. And with knowing that, with knowing that the days are evil, we must be aware and be circumspect of Satan's devices, because ultimately his goal is to make us fall away. His goal is to take that crown away from you. So redeem the time and be wise, right? So I want to get this precept real quick in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, and it says, I get 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. It says, let go from the immortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So as we live in this life and every day goes by in the most high speed of the times, the earth is waxing a worse and the evils are growing. It says the evils increase. So the evils are increasing. Satan's devices are getting stronger, and everything is getting worse. And it's going to be harder and more harder to get into the precepts or do the things that you really want to do. So redeem the times, right? That's the title of this video, is Redeeming the Times. And that's directly quoted from Ephesians, the 5th chapter, which I'm going to read that right now. Ephesians 5 and 16. Redeeming the times because the days are evil. So redeeming the times is going back. That word redeeming is going back to buying back. So buying back the time that you really lost, right? That you really lost. Because we lose a lot of time on a day-to-day basis on things, that's not really going to profit us in a day of evil, in a day of trouble. So Ephesians 5:16 is going back to really buying back the time that you lost. Buying back all that time that you lost in foolishness, right? That you lost doing the things that you was doing. Right? We know how it is, man. We know how it is, because the Lord said that our tribulation and stuff that we go through is common. You know what I'm saying? Going into brothers deal with the same stuff, right? We're dealing with the same things. The same distraction. It'd be the same distractions. The same BS, man. The same lust. The same desires. Some men may be harder than others, but we're really dealing with the same stuff. So the Lord said, again, I'm going to get that word. I'm going to get the definition of redeem. Right, the definition for redeemed, I'll have it pulled up so I can see it. But it says redeem, to buy back, repurchase, to get or win back. So you got to win back your time that you spent in idleness, that you spent in slothfulness. You got to get that time back. Because why are you doing this? Because the days are evil. That's why you're doing it. Because the days that we're coming into are very evil. I just seen a video, of a man. He had a shotgun covered in a cloth or whatever it was, and he killed like a 16-year-old girl. Right? These are the things that's going to be more prevalent on the earth. So we have to get right. with the Heavenly Father. We want the protection, and they have and also the Ebola crisis is coming back, right? So this is bad. Trump said Trump said he's concerned about the Ebola.
And then, sir,
Go ahead, Ebola. Ebola, you said Ebola.
Yeah. Should Americans be concerned about Ebola?
I'm concerned about everything, but certainly am. I think that, it's been confined right now to Africa, but it's something that has had a breakout. I could ask Bobby or Oz to say a couple of words about it if you'd like. You want to do that?
So you have different diseases on the earth. You got people that's pulling up with shotguns and shooting a shotgun through your house. You got war on the earth. You got gas prices at an all-time high. So the days are very evil. The Lord said the for the love of many, Slakia, I misquoted that, but the love of many is gonna wax cold. Going in Matthew the 24th chapter. The love of many is waxing cold. So people just are straight up cold in these last days, man. People don't care about nobody's feelings anymore. They'll just straight up, they'll kill you. So really going back to it, it says to buy back. So you really want to buy back your time. To get or win back. Let's see another, what else we got here? That's very beautiful, but I ain't gonna read that. Right, but okay, so yeah, going into buying back your time. It says, look, this is a good part. This is a good one right here. To exchange for something of value. So you redeem it for something that's of a value, right? Get it into your word, get it into your precepts, reading, right? Doing stuff that's actually going to profit you in a day of trouble. Because the things that we be doing, and I'm getting on a level like, just being real, right? The things that we be doing, them things don't really profit us, man. It feel good, the same distractions, right? It feel good in the moment, but them things are not going to profit you, right? You would be very upset, if you could have spent more time with the Heavenly Father, man. You could have spent more time with the Most High. And we all know we could do better, right? We all know we could do better. We all could spend more time. We be having time. You have time. And if you don't have time, you could make time. So you make time for whatever you want to make time for. So, redeem the times because the days are evil. Let me get another precept. I'm gonna read this in the NIV. This is Ephesians 5:15 through 17. It says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Understand the Lord's will is." All right. So it says, make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. So you want to use the time that we have, which is the grace period. Use this time and be wise, not unwise. Right? You don't want to be them 5 foolish virgins that Yahweh Shai spoke about. Them 5 foolish virgins that took no oil in their lamps. Why? Because they was occupied in things that wasn't really gonna profit them in the day of evil. So redeem the time. And also redeeming the time is going into being a circumspect and having discernment. Okay. I'm gonna get another precept. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and verse number 11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So that's going into being having discernment, Don't be ignorant of his devices. We got to be wise and know what type of devices that Satan he uses. And that's like any war. You gotta any war, any battle that you may fight, you gotta know how to attack the battle, because if you don't know how to attack it, then you're gonna ultimately lose. Right? I'm gonna read that same precept in the NLT. It says, "So Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes." Okay, it'd be the same distraction. It'd be the same BS that you fall short to. It really be the same thing. So you gotta outsmart him. You gotta outsmart Satan. Don't let Satan outsmart you. Redeem the time, man. Buy back your time. Okay? And I get really so I might get this. I think I read that already. Let me get this. I get this last precept kind. So yeah, redeem the times. Cause you know the thing that we spend our time on and the BS. The Lord said in 2nd Ezra, you gotta set our house in order, because you want to make it. You want that crown. You want the kingdom of heaven. But this is that narrow path that the Lord talked about, that narrow and that straight path. You know what I mean? It starts, in this light, it starts in these days. But this is 2nd Ezra 7 and 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as the house said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. So you don't want to be overcome. And how you going to be overcome is by not redeeming the times. If you don't redeem the times, hey, guess what? You're going to be overcome. Because your time and everything you're doing going to be given to vanity and things that's not going to profit you. So don't be overcome. It says, and if you do be overcome, you're going to suffer, as the house said. The second death, right? Destruction, right? The lake of fire. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say, that crown that you ultimately want to get, right? So, yeah, so redeem the time. This is a quick little video, right, on redeeming the times. And a Lord will edifying, exhorting, and comforting unto the nation of Israel. And shalom to the elect, shalom to the remnant, shalom Israel.